want to make extra money? Do you find it hard to be away from home? Do you want to have flexible hours? Well, I have an opportunity that I'd like to share with you. I'm Jessica Stortz with Stortz Wellness and an independent Shaklee distributor, and my husband has multiple sclerosis. Now, because of the products that we use, when he went to the doctor was actually shocked that he wasn't in a wheelchair or walking with a cane, because according to his MRI, that's what he would have expected, but he's not. Also, after 13 years of being on heartburn medication, I was able to go off the medication and manage my heartburn naturally. But I tell you this because I wanted to have a plan B. As you know, just because you do healthy things doesn't mean you're gonna end up with the perfect lifestyle and that everything's gonna be perfect. It is a possibility that my husband won't be able to work someday. But as a person that has a degree in teaching, I couldn't replace but maybe a third of his income, if that. So I needed to find something else that I would be able to make a lot of money in with the experience that I had. And that's where Shaklee comes in. So Shaklee Corporation was started by Dr. Shaklee, and back in 1915, he developed one of the first vitalized minerals. He was an innovator, he was a scientist, he was a researcher, he was a pastor, and he had a passion for helping people. He wanted to help people before they got sick, not treat them after the fact. So fast forward to today, and they test for over 350 contaminants on every raw ingredient. So you might be saying, but my company does everything all organic, they grow their own things in their own fields that they manage. And that is wonderful. That's definitely a step in the right direction. But what they don't know is if their groundwater or soil is contaminated or if things are blowing in from another field. There was an example of a gentleman who was looking for the perfect tea leaves on the planet, and they told him to go to India. And he went to India and it was as great as they all said it was, but when he took the sample of tea leaves home, he found out that they were the most contaminated thing he's ever seen. Come to find out that the contamination was occurring from a plant that was 30 miles away. So sometimes if we don't test, we don't know what's going on. We don't know if those products are contaminated. So it's really important that we test for it. Shaklee also has over 100,000 quality tests per year that they perform on their products. And they do this because sometimes contamination could occur during the manufacturing process, or sometimes a batch isn't the correct formulation. So they test for it. One example was they were crushing seeds and they were doing it, and afterwards they found that there was lead in the product because they tested again. And so they found out it was a stainless steel ball that they were crushing the seeds with, swapped it out for a porcelain ball, and the problem was fixed. But they have never let a contaminated product go to market. The other thing they have is over 120 studies published in peer-reviewed journals on their products. A lot of companies have zero. I know of a couple companies that have one or two, but the thing I see more often is look at all these studies about gut health or heart health or ketones, and they'll rave about that, but it's not actually how their product affects that specific thing. There's kind of these generalizations made so that our brain will make the leap. But Shaklee's studies are published in peer-reviewed journals, and they're specifically on our products. The largest study was done out of the University of California, Berkeley, and when they were approached to do this, they were going to publish the results whether it was favorable for Shaklee or unfavorable, and they needed to agree before they started. Shaklee agreed, but they found that Shaklee users over a 20-year period had markedly better health than those that took no supplements, a single supplement of another brand, or multiple supplements of another brand. So really, the proof is in the pudding. We also have over 37 athletes, Olympic athletes, that take our products. And if you know anything about Olympians, if they even find something in their system and it's unintentional, they'll still get sanctioned. So it's really important that what they take is not contaminated, unadulterated, and a lot of supplement companies put wheat fillers, and there'll even be pharmaceutical compounds found in their products. So because of this rich philosophy in science, we can trust Shaklee. So, in 1956, Dr. Shaklee decides to start this as a corporation with his two sons. And they don't want to market these products like everyone else. Because they know if they put a bottle of Basic H, which is our all-purpose cleaner, on the shelf in Target, that nobody's going to know that it has over 1,000 uses. So he was looking for people to be mission agents to tell the stories of the products. And when these people became mission agents, it created an opportunity for them to earn some money. So how do they do that? If you were to find 20 to 30 people to buy on a regular, ongoing, monthly basis, you could be making $800 to $1,000 a month. But you might be saying, well, how do I do that? How do I even get started? Well, people like to buy from people that they know and trust. And people know and trust their friends. Sometimes these are people our families, sometimes they're strangers, but these people trust you. So for instance, when, true story, the guy came to sell us a $5,000 water softener, I didn't trust him. Or a $5,000 smoke detector system, I didn't trust him. Now, had one of my friends told me, I probably still wouldn't have bought because that's a little out of my price range, but at least I would have considered it because my friend was interested in it. So in this phase, you're going to make appointments with people and you're going to tell them why they might be able to trust me. What is my background? What are my credentials? What do I know? How much research have I done about this? And we're going to categorize people into two groups, people that want to do a business and people that just want to be customers, because not everybody wants to do the business, and that's totally okay. We need those customers too. So when you find your first 30 people, and then you find two people that each have their 30 people, and those two people each find 30 people, or two people that have their 30 people, then you can be making $2,600 to $3,000 a month. You will earn a car payment, and you'll also be eligible to earn trips. I also want to tell you, if you're familiar with multi-level marketing, this is just an example, but Shaklee allows you to go as many wide as you want and as many deep as you want, and you're paid a percentage on everybody, and it's called Pay to Infinity, and it's patented. A lot of companies maybe have only 2 legs and you get paid on your larger leg. Some only let you go 8 deep, so you really need to ask some good questions. The other thing is, actually in Shaklee, if I take all this away and I have one person doing the 30 under me, that's where my car payment comes in. My trips do come in a little bit later, but my car payment comes in here. So it's quite a unique opportunity with unlimited earning potential. We just heard about a guy who is 91 years old. He no longer actively works his business, but he pulls in $1 million a year. What other place can you do that without putting in some high risk factors where this is fairly low risk? If you'd like to learn more, visit our website.